Hello and welcome to a new episode of GROOF. We're here again today with a new track to react to. If you like our content, please subscribe, give us a like and share, and this will really motivate us to give you more amazing content. Tim, I think a few months ago actually, we sat in a car and listened to some music, and what music did I show you, or what stuck in your head, or tell me about it?
It was a bunch of different stuff, right?
That's true.
But I think the key moments of that evening was me hearing Oscar Peterson for the first time when you showed me a couple of his tracks, and I remember that pretty well when it was so funky that I could hardly control my face.
It was swinging.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was insane. Still, up until this day, I listen to these couple of tracks quite a lot, and I can hardly control myself while doing that. I think that was the moment when we both of us realized that our reactions could be something that could be interesting to other people as well, and that's how the idea emerged itself, right?
Yeah, that's how GROOF was born.
That's how GROOF was born.
And
exactly.
yeah, I mean, it's so cool to actually now have our reactions recorded so we can see it again, because I remember when you heard for the first time C Jam Blues of Oscar Peterson. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have a recording of this reaction, but hey, there's other stuff to react to. And therefore I also told you, please don't listen to too much Oscar Peterson, so that we have these reactions actually recorded. And
it was very hard to resist. I should admit, really hard, but I did my best and I didn't listen to anything else.
So happy. Yeah, so the track I'm gonna show you today is one of my absolute favorites of Oscar Peterson. This has really everything in it you want a blues piece to have. It has 30-second notes, it has block chords. I mean, it's just gonna be, yeah, one of my favorites. So Tim, I think we're ready to get started with Sandy's Blues.
Absolutely, let's do it. Okay,
so 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So the video is the scores.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no Oscar Peterson video, but
it's time to stop right now.
Yes, it is.
But I'm not gonna talk about how cool it is. That's obvious. I just want to say, but it's so clear that this is Peterson's jazz blues vocabulary. Like, I listen to this and I'm like, this is definitely Peterson. It's like all these licks. It's all these phrases that he uses. Like, I heard them, even despite I know only 2 tracks.
Right.
Oscar
Which ones?
Peterson, right? C Jam Blues and Hymn to Freedom. This sounds so much like C Jam Blues, with the exception that he has 3 quarters like rhythm at some point and he switches. I'm not sure what's the time signature, if it's stable or it changes, but woo.
Yeah, I mean that's just so amazing about Oscar Peterson. I mean, he starts and you know it's Oscar Peterson. Yeah. That's just he has such a signature sound, which is just so phenomenal. And if you have that, I think you're really one of the greatest.
Simply glorious. Please, let's continue. Is it Ray Brown on the double bass or?
I think so. Yeah.
Sandy's blues, I love it. So good. So
I knew you're gonna love it.
You know, I never was a person who was into blues, but Peterson makes me want to do it.
Sorry, something quickly. When he starts such a run, like the thing is, how does he know where he will end up? Do you think that he has the whole run already in his head when he starts it, or do you believe that while he's, I don't know, playing so quickly that he actually, goes from where he is? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, interesting question. It depends, right? I mean, there are two possible scenarios, in my opinion. Like, there are two possible scenarios that he practiced that run and it's not an improv. We omit that and we imagine that this is actually an improv, right? And we discuss it as if we have the fact that it's an improv as a given. I think that he actually does that while, like, he doesn't have the whole run in his head before he starts it. I think it's hard to imagine what you want to say while you're saying something. Yeah. And in the similar way, but it probably also depends, like, I don't know, man. Like, imagine you're just having a conversation. There are moments when you're talking to someone else and then you know what you're gonna say, and because you know what you're gonna say, you're just saying it mechanically, and while you say that, you might be able to have some space to think about what you want to say next.
Yeah.
But there are moments when it's not like that, and you are generating things, and like you're thinking and processing and speaking at the same time. And I think in essence, both of them are possible, but that's a complicated run. I don't think that it's possible to imagine all of it and just execute it.
I like your analogy. Yeah. Possibly.
But I might
let's
be
go
wrong.
back. Let's hear the run again.
Yes, let's do it. His choice of which notes to harmonize is delicious. Yeah. That is a complicated left-hand harmony, man. What was that?
And there's gonna be more of that.
Oh. And I love that while he plays that, you can still hear him doing doopy 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 in the background, because that's how Oscar Peterson does it, right? It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, but Tim, like, it was funny. I thought, I mean, we heard C Jam Blues. We like it so much that we actually started to transcribe it a bit and try to practice it.
Yeah.
So I asked myself, when you hear this Sandy's Blues, I was sure you're gonna love this. But I mean, when you see these block chords and all that, I don't know, does that motivate you or does it demotivate you?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like I think more demotivation, to be honest. I kind of don't have that much faith in myself that I could be able to transcribe block chords. Like when there is a monophonic line that he plays with the single hand with occasional harmonizations, I'm like, okay, I can handle that. Yeah, but for this, I think I would have to put it on 10% of the speed and like listen to it maybe 50 times to catch every individual note that he's playing there.
But I mean, now it's already transcribed, so you don't really have to catch the notes. But even playing that is really hard.
It is hard, but that I would find challenging. I think that would be interesting to see if I personally could do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? And I also wanted to add that I love how you feel the heavy swing now. It's very, very tangible in a way, you know. Yeah, it's just like there is one more thing that I want to talk about Oscar Peterson and the way how he chooses. What I really love about him. And again, like disclaimer, I haven't heard a lot of Oscar Peterson, right? I just deeply analyzed a couple of tracks. Is that he precisely, like, you know, you can play the same chord like in one octave or in the next one or in the lower one and they're gonna sound differently. And he knows exactly in which octave to place which specific harmonization such that it sounds the tastiest. Like if you try and transpose that thing one octave lower, it doesn't sound so cool. But
Yeah.
he always makes a choice of like the right thing at the right place. I don't know. That's
I mean,
that's
that
glorious.
not only that, I mean, also I wanted to point out, I mean, if you try to actually play this, you can play the same notes as he does, and if you don't have the accents at the right place and all that, it's just not the same. Like you play the same notes, but it won't sound the same at all.
Right. This is something I would discuss with you a couple of weeks ago, right? I mean, we discussed that outside of the video. We discussed that we very often mention like the being in the pocket and groove and tight timing and things like that. And you can always do that. Like it's all fine. It's very cool. And personally, it makes me very thrilled. Like I just love it. And we actually didn't talk much about articulation in the end in other videos that we have recorded, right? And this is a huge thing, because if I'm just gonna be speaking like that all the time, I think I'm gonna sound very boring. You know, like there is a certain thing that makes it much less boring when you are able to articulate certain sounds. And the control over that, I think, is actually what makes you a great musician. The loudness, the dynamics, and Peterson just mastered that on all possible levels. It's not that you just articulate like the downbeat or upbeat. He's able to do it whenever he feels like that's the right thing to do, and turns out it sounds great. Like, that is phenomenal. What else is there to say? Let's just listen. God damn it. And you can still hear this in the background. Wow. That did sound like a hymn to freedom, though.
I know that last note is so anticlimactic.
Yeah, but
But
to be honest, like in the last 3 minutes, I think I didn't even want to talk much. I was just like, whatever. I just want to enjoy it. Like, everything was there. Everything was there in that track. Like, there was a clear time signature, the absence of the clear time signature, runs, block, as you told, yes, like promise fulfilled. Thank you, Alan. That was great.
yeah, man, this is one of my absolute favorites. I think I've listened to this at least 100 times. And that was one of the earliest Oscar Peterson tracks that I found. I don't know why, because it's not that famous. If you go on YouTube or on Spotify, this doesn't have many clicks. It's not one of the most listened to, tracks of Oscar. And I don't really understand it, because this is just, from the beginning to the end, it really has everything. It has this amazing intro, C-jam
style
intro. Then you have the build up. I don't know if you can still count that to the intro in a way, when the bass and the drums start a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And then you have all these block chords, and then he double speed. You saw that was like 2x speed suddenly, and then it's just wow. And then you have the beautiful outro a la Hymn of Freedom. I mean, this is like
a more classical sounding thing was like a much more, how to say, a calm harmony in a way. That's super cool. And like, I mean, you listened to it a lot of times. I heard it for the first time. I'm quite sure that like it's gonna take me several times until like I digest music very slowly. Like it takes me many times until I actually understand, or I think I understand, what a person who created this piece of music wanted to say. And I think it's gonna take me a lot of iterations to process this thing. And the truth is that I think I will appreciate it much more after that. Like, this is why I like these kind of music. You don't get tired of it because you listen to it more, you start loving it even more.
That's so interesting about this music.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, I love it so much. Can I show you one thing here?
This thing.
This, yeah, no, this
like,
is crazy.
I can imagine it as like a bass player doing a fill, you know?
Right, yeah.
And then, but he does it with the chords. With the chords, man. With the chords. How do you do that? Look at this.
And now again.
Oh, I missed it the first time. What the fuck? God damn it. God damn it. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure you enjoyed that.
I'm adding it to my playlist. I think I'll listen it to death now, completely. Now I have a third Oscar Peterson track that I
yes. And there's more I will show you. So don't listen to too much. This was like another appetizer. And
appetizer. Yeah. I look forward to the follow up.
Very cool, man. This was so cool. I'm so happy I was finally able to show you that. Finally. So yeah, really. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did. And yeah, if you like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, share, and yeah, then we're gonna see you in our next video. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
Thank you. And bye bye. This is so nasty. Like it's just oof.